What's good, kings, queens, everything beyond and in between? Welcome to the dungeon where I am your host, Uncle Jemima, and I've got a non-sponsored first impressions video on Genshin Impact. I hope I said it right. I'm not gonna keep trying that. Now, if you've been living under a rock or avoiding other content creators who you suspect are shilling for the thing, this is the video for you, okay? If you're trying to sponsor the boy, however, throw me a few dollars. I will sell ass. I gotta eat and feed the fam, you understand. First things first, Genshin Impact is very much inspired both visually and mechanically by Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and initially I wrote the game off on those comparisons alone. However, for the small price of free, I didn't really lose much by trying the game out in my downtime, and it's not a Switch exclusive, so if you're kinda holding out for that, hey, you might wanna hop on that. Add to the fact that this thing could be played like everywhere except for Xbox, even on your phone somehow, it's hard to not recommend giving this a quick 30 minutes to an hour trial. I personally was impressed that the game that looks this solid and consistent was free, and I was very surprised to see that we had an actual voice acted story with cinematic cutscenes that looked like they actually had a budget with this one. I know it seems kind of down to say something like that, but like these days free games don't usually come packaged this neatly. From what I've seen in my short time with the game, Genshin Impact is offering you a brand new open world experience where you're rewarded for exploring this admittedly fantasy babble-ridden land. Now, I couldn't tell you what half of these places and the shit is called, but if you expect me to remember the fucking Knight of Flavonius and a Shnezaya, I'm gonna laugh at you and probably give you a noogie. That's ridiculous. You get a pretty standard cast of characters. You got your husbandos, you got your waifus, you can level them up and take them on your journey, solving all these elemental puzzles and getting into all sorts of scenic encounters and dungeons, and the equipment you throw on and collect affects your stats. It's pretty much standard action RPG stuff. The game does feature a sort of limited co-op experience, so if you find a group of friends or you got some randoms that enjoy the game enough and you guys stick with it long enough, you've got a free adventure you can sink some hours into. I imagine that after seeing how successful this thing is and the reception, it'll only go up from here as far as like what they cover and what they throw in there for you guys to play. You probably could have guessed that since this game is also available on mobile, it is a gacha game, but the characters locked behind the random pulls are not mandatory for completing the adventure or beating parts of what I've encountered so far. You can very much enjoy the game without sinking a single penny into it. I've actually pulled like 4 additional characters with the free currency they gave me by just playing the game. So in my short time, I'm looking at the characters. The characters are amounting to mostly aesthetic and combo/element changes. Example being I have an ice guy with a long sword and a fire guy with a long sword. Both use the same equipment, but it's up to me to pick and choose which I want to make my combos with. Of course, some characters are better than others. Some characters are like really good inside the gacha thing, but you don't need them to play the game. They're just there for aesthetics pretty much. So unless you got it like that or you get really lucky, don't even worry about those characters, bro. I'm trying to tell you right now, it's okay. You will live. The free currency and whatnot is probably gonna slow down as I level up, as with most gachas, but the game makes it very easy to find a playstyle you enjoy and roll with it with the initial cast of characters you do get. That being said, I'm not being paid for this video, so that's why I'm gonna end it right there. If you tried out the game so far, what are your thoughts? I know hopping into another open world can be daunting. If you haven't tried it, what's keeping you from giving it a quick peek? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll be seeing you in the very next video, so take care of yourselves, be good people, exfoliate, wash your ass, wash your hands, wear a mask, and watch the boys, or I'm gonna beat your ass. Take care.
Where have you been?